Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video. We are from Group 5 and we are going to present our papers on the seminar on English language teaching subject. And the first presenter is Meillita Puan Maharani. So Meillita, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Meillita Puan Maharani. First of all, for the Honorable Mr. Shafrizal and friends all. In this occasion, I would like to present about my paper with the title is English Department Students' Perception of Using English Talk Show Videos on YouTube to Improve Their Listening Skill. For the table of contents is introduction, problem and purpose, literature review, frame of thinking, methodology, finding, and conclusion. The first is introduction. Background. In the age of information, technology has advanced quickly. Therefore, the growth of technology plays a key role in education, notably in English language teaching. The rapid advancement of technology have compelled educators and students to think creatively and innovatively in order to find appropriate teaching and learning resources. An important ability that must be learned in order to learn English is listening. According to Harvard 2003, good listeners should be able to identify the topic, make educated guesses, and comprehend spoken word. 2013 contends that the listener's limited working memory and language understanding causes comprehension to deteriorate rapidly. Students must therefore develop their working memory and linguistic expertise as well as their ability to recognize the topic, make educated guesses, and analyze spoken word in order to master listening. Additionally, watching video with pupils enables them to comprehend varied contexts and decipher spoken word. Video deliver audio and picture for pupils, helping them to figure out the speech or word they heard while watching the content. Students so receive visual exposure from the video in addition to audio exposure. As a result, watching an English film seems to be helpful for students since they may observe interaction between native speakers and put key linguistic structure into practice. It aids students in more successfully portraying the foreign culture and contextualizing the language. Ismaili 2013. Therefore, using video to practice listening skills can help students understand how the language. The next is problem. The problems in the study can be summarized as follows. Can watching English video talk show effect the improvement of students' English listening skills? And for the purpose of this study is to find out how the influence of watching video talk show in English in improving their listening skill. The next is literature review. Learning video media. According to Cepiriani 2007, learning video media is a format that combines audio and visual content with sound learning messages that include ideas, practice, and concept for applying information. All forms and method of information dissemination that are created or used in accordance with learning theory are considered learning media and can be used to channel messages, promote learning and thinking in students, as well as to motivate and inspire them to engage in deliberate, controlled, and objective learning processes. YouTube platform. YouTube is a media sharing site, which is a type of social media that aids its users to share media and enjoy videos and audio type content. YouTube has become one of the most popular videos watching platform today and is one of the applications widely used by students for the benefit of learning. According to Duffy, YouTube is increasingly being used by instructors as a resource for anything from important global events to slice of life videos used to teach students in ESL, English as a Second Language, course 2008, page 124. Listening ability. Listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret messages in the communication process. Listening is key of the all effective communication. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood. As a result, communication breaks down and the sender of the message can easily become frustrated or irritated. And there is a framework of thinking that you can see on the screen. The English talk show video, students' listening ability, analysis, and findings. And student listening ability, there is an effect in the use of learning media video English talk show in improving listening skill for students. And there is no effect in the use of learning media video English talk show in improving listening skill for students. And the methodology when used is in the research is type of research. This research is use qualitative survey in collecting data, analyzing data, and the result found. Qualitative surveys use option selection, question, and opinion about research. The survey was conducted using the help of a Google form questionnaire distributed through online media. Population and sample. The population of this research is student of the English department student of Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University, and the sample of this research is focused on Class 6A in English department students of Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University. And the research instrument. For data collection, researchers made an online questionnaire using a Google form, which then the link from the Google form was distributed to grade 6A students through WhatsApp media. And there is the finding. The research finding were divided into three topics: how frequently students access YouTube and whether they watch English talk show video there too, how English department students improve their listening skill using YouTube, and three, what students have faced difficulties when using YouTube to improve their listening skill. The researchers used the questionnaire to the student about their experience of watching English talk show video on YouTube. 26 students participated in the questionnaire and were assembled. The questionnaire consists of 4 questions to know the students who ever watch English talk show video on YouTube. The first question is whether using YouTube is one of the media for learning English or not. The second question is about how often the student of using YouTube to improve their listening skill. Then for the third question is about how the student improve their listening skills using YouTube as a medium to learn media. And for the last questions is about the difficulties when using YouTube to improve their listening skill. The result of the first question showed that 25 from 26 students has a response yes. It means almost all students at 6A use YouTube as one of the media they use to learn English. Connecting to the second question show a percentage that also show that they often use YouTube to improve their listening skill by watching English talk show videos on YouTube. And for the conclusion, based on finding and discussion, it can be concluded that there are demonstrated the most pupils were watching English video on YouTube. The current research reveals that students' perception toward using English talk show videos on YouTube to improve their listening abilities are favorable. The use of YouTube as a learning medium also helps many students to increase the amount of their English vocabulary. In addition, the use of YouTube does not make it difficult to make students enjoy the content provided by YouTube. They can comfortably watch and listen to audio and focus on improving their listening skills. So that's all my presentation about my research. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well then, thank you so much for Meillita. And then the second presenter is Mayumi Omita Indahsari. So Mayumi, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Mayumi Indahsari. So my research, the title is about student perception, about the impact of Speakball app in improving student speaking skill. So this is my title in the seminar on English language teaching. I will present about the results and discussion because in the previous meeting I already explained about the introduction, methodology, and problem statement. So this is the result and discussion and finding that I get. So the data collection I get from the Google form that I shared to the participant. The participant is from semester 6, especially in class A, English department in Sultan Agung Tirtayasa. So I'm using sorry. In research finding, in methodology, I using phenomenological research. So this research design aim to investigate essence and meaningful through a specific phenomenon as experienced by individual. It involves in-depth interview to gain insight into participant subject experiences, perceptions, and interpretations of the phenomenon under investigation. So, the goals of this study is to understand the lived experiences and uncover the underlying themes and structures that shape participant perspective. So, the participant that I mentioned before, from the student from the Sultan Agung Tirtayasa University. And the procedures of this study is a participant in the experimental group will be asked several questions related to the research about the experience in using Speakball app, improving their speaking skill. So the data analysis descriptive statistic will be used to analyze the data collected from the Google form and showing the collected data by statistical data. So qualitative data from the open-ended inquiries will be analyzed using content analysis to identify common themes. The instrument participant completed a survey that include open-ended and linked scale item. To gather data on their perspective about the effectiveness of Speakball app in improving their speaking skill. So this is I show you about the data that I get from the Google form. This is the graphic statistical answers from the respondents. The first question is about how frequently do you use the Speakball app to practice speaking English? There are 30% of respondents said never, sometimes, and occasionally. The next questions about do you think you would continue to use Speakball app to improve your speaking skill in the future? So it's about the recommendations from their experiences that they will continue or not in improving speaking skill using this app in the futures. So the majority of the respondents said yes. And the next is, has using the Speakball app influenced your attitude towards speaking English? Majority said also yes. And the next is, how much do you think Speakball app has improved your speaking skills? The majority choosing 3 in the scale, which is neutral. And the next about Speakball app has helped me gain confidence in speaking. It's separate people choose the variety of a scale. The majority choose 3 and 4 and 1, which is, yeah, that's a lot of perspective and differences. And the next is, Speakball app has helped me learn new vocabulary and sentences structures. Majority said in 3, which is neutral. And the second majority is said in 4. The next is, Speakball app has helped me improve my pronunciation and fluency. Also, the majority said 3. The second is 4 in 25%. And the next, Speakball app has helped me learn how to speak more naturally. And yeah, the respondents said 3 in majority, and the next in a 4, which is 25%, and 12.5% said 5 in a high quality, in a high scale. And the next, Speakball apps has helped me reduce my fears of speaking in public. This is affirmative answer. 26% said neutral, and 25% also said 4, which is quite highly, and 18% said 5. Okay, in this finding, I could conclude that participants report that Speakball app had a positive impact of their speaking skill, and they would continue to use it in the future. The open-ended response suggests that Speakball app has helped participants improve their pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, sentences, structures, confidence, and ability to speak in different situations. Some participants did not find Speakball app help in improving their speaking skill. But the amount 16 participants in this study, all of whom had used the Speakball app to practice speaking. Furthermore, 62% of students reported that using the Speakball app had a positive impact on their attitudes towards speaking English. The most common reasons cited for this were increased confidence, a greater willingness to speak in English, and a sense of accomplishment from making progress in their speaking skill. So to conclude, the result from the investigation suggests is the Speakball app can be an effective tool for increasing student optimism, and confidence in speaking English. The app's features such as pronunciation, feedback, and virtual partner practice. The majority of students reported a positive impact on their attitudes towards speaking English, which could contribute to further improvement in their language proficiency. On the other hand, there are several people who do not have experience in using Speakable app and they do not feel any improvement in their speaking skill by having conversations with the other people. Practicing speaking skills with friends can greatly enhance language learners' ability to communicate effectively. Engaging in conversations with peers provides learners with an authentic and supportive environment where they can experiment with language and gain confidence in their speaking abilities. So that's the explanations about my finding in my research. So I already showed the data statistic and that this is about the conclusion. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mayumi. All right, thank you so much, Mayumi, for your performance. The third presenter is Afifah Nabilah. So, Afifah, the screen is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. I am Afifah Nabilah from Class A. Please allow me to present my paper today with the title, The Listening Ability of Autism Children in English Learning Through Total Physical Response. This presentation is divided into 4 points. The first one, that is introduction and literature review, methodology, findings and result, and the last is conclusion. Background of the study for this paper is total physical response in teaching listening to autism students as a language teaching method founded by Asher in 1965. The TPR is built around the coordination of speech and action. TPR uses a lot of physical activity to support students in memorizing new words and understanding instructions ordered by the teacher. The TPR method is in harmony with the natural order of language learning. It also allows learners to feel relaxed. This allows students to respond to language learning without pressure. Therefore, the researcher considers TPR as a suitable method for teaching English listening to autistic students. For the problem in the study can be formulated as follows: is the TPR method improving the listening skills of students with autism, and how to deal with autistic children who have difficulty interacting with others. And this study aimed to determine the effect of applying the total physical response method to improving the listening skills of autistic students. Frame of thinking: the listening is a receptive skill where a listener needs to listen actively, has focused attention, and concentrate on the speaker's information to grasp the meaning behind the words being uttered. Total physical response is a method that uses gesture to interpret words. The purpose of holding training using this method is to help teachers teach English and create a pleasant classroom atmosphere. Autism spectrum disorder or ASD is a child who has neurodevelopmental disorders represented on a continuum of severity and marked by repetitive or restricted behaviors. This research used qualitative descriptive approach, and for the population in this study were 8th grade students at the SLB or SKH SMP Al-Khariyah. The sample in this study was 5 8th grade students, and for the research instrument is observation and structure interview. And for the findings and results, the teaching learning process started with daily pleasantries and was followed by the main session of the educational activity. The teacher described the subject matter that she would teach the students that day in Indonesian, the country's native language. It was then followed by the direction being given one by one. At first, the children did not appear to fully comprehend the teacher's directions. They began to perform as taught by the teacher after the teacher repeated numerous times and demonstrated what they should do. Then she asked if any students wanted to stand in front of their class and perform the others she would give them. The teaching mastering method to the 4 autistic students obtained one-of-a-kind responses. It turned out that each student has a distinctive personality. Student 1 changed into their maximum lively and enthusiastic in following the teacher's commands. The teacher asked the students to rise while she said rise, that is mediated in expert 1 and 2. In a view of the 4 students, scholar 1 was the one who showed an increase in his receptive and expressive language abilities through intervention with the TPR approach. At the start of the intervention, student 1 indicated the ability to recognize the information and the environment and recognize different human beings' phrases. After being given multiple interventions, his expresses language skills elevated. The TPR techniques on this have a look at their use repetition of physical activities via using instructions in the learning procedure and are observed to be appropriate to use for children with autism. TPR enables them to learn and recognize phrases very well because the students are asked to repeat their movements throughout their studying process. The repetition of actions help the students appear the means of phrases. In this look, the researchers observe how 4 autistic students observe the commands given by using their teacher in the form of bodily response. These autistic students were found to appear their anxiously our surroundings, recognize the words of others, show their dreams and feelings, and begin to talk by repeating their teacher's phrase or comments. For the conclusion, everyone has the right to get an education, not only capable people, but also people with disabilities. In Indonesia, disabled people are facilitated with special education in special school, known as sekolah khusus, which is different from regular schools in terms of the methods. In special schools, students also learn English as one of their compulsory subjects. TPR can help students improve in learning English in a more enjoyable classroom atmosphere. In this study, it was further found that by using this method, the teacher was able to engage all of their students in their teaching learning process. This study was conducted on only 5 autistic students and was limited to the use of the TPR method. Future studies may examine this teaching method for autistic students of different age levels. Applying this method to a different sample of students is expected to provide more information to English teachers and practitioners on how to appropriately apply this method in their classroom. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, Afifah Nabilah, for your performance. And last but not least, it is time for me myself to present. Allow me to share the screen. What is my screen now? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elda Nabila with student numbers 22232000035, and I'd like to present my paper entitled The Use of Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak Application for Beginners to Learn English Vocabulary. So here is my abstract, and then move on to the introduction. English is one of the world's most widely used languages for a variety of reasons. In many places of the world, English has the potential to become the dominant language in education and industry. Learning to speak and write English proficiently is seen as a valuable talent. English is important for us to gain more information from around the world through books, websites, and more content from various platforms exist that are written or made from another country. Since Indonesia considers English as a foreign language, we need to learn harder because we do not know much and we do not use it daily in our activities before. And now English subject becomes one of subjects at school. Besides learning English at school, we could learn it through digital sources such as online learning application. When beginners would like to learn English, it should be started from the basic level. The first thing that would be learned is usually vocabulary. An online vocabulary learning application made us easier to learn English whenever and wherever we are practically. The statement of problem. Do user would like to continue use the Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak application after they know the advantages and disadvantages of the application to train their vocabulary ability? And then there is a literature review. Language is taught as a system which is made up of fixed and patternable components. In addition to systematic language, systems are also systemic. Systemic meaning words organized in a certain way, not arranged at random or arbitrary. While systematic implies that a language is a single system, it actually consists of several subsystems that differ from another one. The phonology, morphology, syntax, and lexicon make up the language subsystem. English language. In our primary means of communication is language. It is the means by which we communicate our ideas and thoughts to others. The earth is home of thousands of languages. Every country has its own national language, as well as a number of regional languages spoken and understood by its people. Some languages have millions of speakers, while others have only few thousand. Because English is the most widely spoken language in the world, its significance cannot be dismissed or ignored. English is one of the most widely spoken languages on the planet. Many people can speak and comprehend English outside the country, such as United States and United Kingdom. English is spoken by an estimated 1 billion people globally, including those who speak it is as second language. In addition, 67 countries have English as their official language, and 27 have English as their secondary official language. English is most widely studied foreign language in Indonesia. English is the global language, and it is essential for people to communicate and integrate into society. Learning is one of the crucial things for everyone. Learning English as foreign language allows you to fully appreciate a country's culture and context. It broadens your comprehension. Understanding a person's culture, for example, can help you avoid circumstances that could lead to misunderstandings. Since English has been an academic topic at university, it is studied not only by students from English language education department, but also but also by students from the non-English language education department. In other words, the English language is the academic subject that non-English language education department students must learn. People who are not from the English language education department are classified as non-English education department pupils. This implies that English is employed in academic practice as well as the teaching and learning process. Students in the non-English language department study not only vocabulary but also complicated grammatical structure and discourse pattern, both of which aid in coherent and cohesive communication, grammatical structure, and speech pattern, both of which help with communication in coherent and cohesion. Vocabulary could be the first material or skill to learn. Vocabulary can be broadly defined as the knowledge of words and their meanings. Another might be defined vocabulary as a set of words in alphabetical order with definitions. One of the most difficult problems that students will face throughout their education is learning vocabulary. Among all language skills, vocabulary acquisition is as important as it's difficult. Mobile application. Mobile applications are software or programs that operate on a mobile device and perform specific activities for the user. Mobile applications are a new and rapidly expanding segment of the worldwide information and communication technology industry. Mobile applications are simple, user-friendly, inexpensive, downloadable, and run on the majority of mobile phones, including low-cost and entry-level phones. Bahasa Inggris untuk anak application are the education application that is only available in Play Store and is dedicated for Android users. This application has 4.6 stars rate and already downloaded by 122,000 users. It could use for beginners even starting from the age of 3, and the developer of this application is Lungs for Kids. The application is free to download and use. However, if we would like to have more topics like verb, time, preposition, games, transportation, musical instrument, insects, animal 2, sea animal, and bird 2, we could pay for 27,000 rupiah plus tax to access more topics. Meanwhile, to remove ads, we could pay for 42,000 rupiah plus tax. Moreover, to remove ads and have more topics, there is a package price 50,000 rupiah. Besides the bahasa Inggris untuk anak application, the developer also have similar applications such as English Story, Arabic story, Italian for kids, Turkish for kids, Portugis untuk anak-anak, bahasa Arab untuk anak-anak, bahasa Prancis untuk anak, bahasa Rusia untuk anak, bahasa Jerman untuk anak, dan bahasa Spanyol untuk anak. So the methodology used in this research is qualitative, and the participants in the study were 12 adults in their 20s. 9 of them are female, and 3 of them were male, chosen at random from varied situations such as young employees and college students. There are 25% from students of English Education Department, and 16.7% from young employees, and 8.3% from each of following majors that are science education, Islamic education, management, computer science, communication science, Al-Quran tafsir science, and administration. The data in the study employ questionnaires, experiment, and observations to achieve triangulation and verify the integrity and validity of the data. The data was gathered through the distribution of an online questionnaire, monitoring of all processes that occur, and an experiment in which respondents were asked to download and utilize the program. And for the data analysis, the data acquired from the source that evaluate synchronously statements regarding the program and their experience using it. The context in the application, premises, performance, and difficulties of the application are appropriate for this purpose. And the result and discussion, we got 3 statements. The first one is the participants are active English learners. 50% said yes and 50% said no. The participants' interest in learning English, 83.3% say yes, and 16.7% say perhaps. And the participants knew the basic of English vocabulary, 91.7% say yes, and 8.3% say perhaps. By asking how important for them to know the basic of English vocabulary, the respondents 100% believe that learning basic English vocabulary is very important because by having a broad vocabulary, we are able to understand word by word, sentence by sentence, and paragraph by paragraph. By mastering the basic English vocabulary, we can more easily learn the next stage in learning English. Moreover, in the current era of digital globalization, English is a connector for people around the world. Then English is important if we meet foreign in our area or when we are go abroad. Last but not least, it is crucial when we would like to listen, read, or watch contents from other countries that do not provide Indonesian translation. There are 66.7% participants who downloaded and tried Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak application, and there are 99% of participants enjoy the application. The abilities that the participants got from the application, 83.3% is vocabulary, 58.3% is listening and speaking, and then 50% of writing and reading. There are 91.67% respondents agree that Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak application improve their English ability because there are new vocabularies for them in the application that easy to understand, which make their vocabulary gain. And there are 66.7% improvement of vocabulary, 58% of speaking, 50% of reading, and 41% of listening and writing. Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak application is able to motivate 100% of to learn English because it is the material start from the most basic level, digital format, easy to access, and learning English could be anywhere and anytime. The advantages of the application: easy to understand, easy to access, available, and variety features that are fun to use, and The application is like playing a game that makes children are not bored to learn English vocabulary. For the application disadvantages, the respondent hope that the view of the application could be more attractive and the content is more complete and to reduce advertisement. There are 40% participants who like to continue using the application, and the participant rate the scale is 3, 4, and 5 for the quality system and also the material. So to conclude, after doing the investigation, the researcher came to the conclusion that understanding English is crucial for many individuals all around the world. Young adults begin to study and utilize English at school and at work. We might start learning English by first knowing the terminology, so acquire vocabulary. Young adults could utilize the Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak application. To learn English nowadays, we might also use a smartphone because it has many effective learning programs that make it more convenient for us to learn English vocabulary at any time and from any location. Despite the fact that the application's name suggests for children, the researcher believes that the young adults who are just starting out could benefit from it because the themes are neat and well organized. So that is all for my presentation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And everyone, that is all from group 5 presentation on this video. We are so sorry if there is any mistakes. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.